Parenting teens today isn't easy, but the video that you're about to watch can help. Check it out.
I think I developed mental toughness in sports based on a pain that I was looking to not feel anymore. I was bullied a lot. I was, picked last in sports teams. I was made fun of, earlier in my childhood. So I was just like, I didn't want to feel that pain anymore. So it drove me to be mentally tough and physically tough and trained. And I think a lot of people get into certain areas of their life because they're getting out of a pain. They want to master something to not have that pain anymore. And those happen through catalysts and triggers and experiences in life, whether it be through earlier childhood or things that were said to us or done or not done when we're trying to prove something early on. I think a lot of it comes from that, at least from my experience.
Yeah.
And I think it's the greater the pain we've faced or with the story we tell ourselves about that trigger, the more mentally tough we become.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is the stories we say to ourselves.
Isn't that crazy?
Like, oh, this happened to me, and we can make it the biggest thing in the world that, puts us on a trajectory in our life, or it could just be like, okay, this happened, so what?
Yeah.
It's all based on the story we tell.
Yeah.
And the meaning behind the story for us personally. What happened to me being picked last on a sports team when I was a kid was so much more, I told myself it was so much more meaningful.
Yeah.
Than maybe if you were picked last on a sports team when you were, 10 years old, you might have been like, oh, they were just playing like a prank on me. No big deal.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out and be myself.
Yeah.
But it's like we tell ourselves different meanings of these stories that happen to us, and it can shape our lives.
Yeah.
Just based on experiences, catalysts, triggers, things like that. I grew up wanting to prove everyone wrong.
Yeah, and it's a great motivation.
Yeah. It helped me achieve so many things, but it left me feeling very unfulfilled every time I achieved.
Yes.
Until literally, years ago, I was realized like, wow, I've been doing all these things to prove people wrong.
Yeah.
And I finally was aware of that.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, what would life look like if I started doing it to inspire others or to lift others up?
Yeah.
It just left me with so much more fulfillment and joy and love. In the process of training and working hard, it wasn't this like grind anymore. It was like a funner process.
Yeah.
A lighter process.
Yeah.
And it felt so much more rewarding in my journey, lifting others up as opposed to trying to prove two kids wrong from 20 years ago or whatever,
Yeah.
who probably weren't even, aware of what they were doing. So
Yeah.
I hope you got a ton of value out of that video. And if you want to check out the full interview, you can click right over here. Enjoy.